Hello and welcome to this tutorial where I'm going to show you how in After Effects, how you use the render queue and how you use it to export your files into a MP4 format. And an MP4 format is kind of like the video equivalent of a JPEG, and used to be you could export directly from After Effects. After Effects has since or Adobe has since taken all that information out of After Effects and created a second software called Media Encoder. And in Media Encoder, that has all the rendering tools that we need. So let's go ahead and get started. So in our little sample video that we have here, we have everything's already set up. I'm ready to export it. So I would go to File, Export, and add to Media Encoder. And I'm going to put a little pause on that part in terms of when you know you are ready to render it, open Media Encoder first. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting a long time while it spools up. So I always recommend open Media Encoder when you're ready to start rendering, as you'll see here. And so when I add it to Media Encoder and I go to Media Encoder, you'll see that here it is. It's in my render queue. And the default format for an MP4 would be this, what they call H.264. And here's the second one that I just added. If you get more than one or any after they're done rendering, if you just right click on them or control click, you can remove them. So if I click on H.264, it's going to give me options of what I can set this to. And this will tell me high bit rate, which is a default, is fine. This is going to tell me where it's going to save the file at. And once we have our settings ready to go, by default, it's going to be an MP4, as we can see up here. Once we're ready to start rendering it, we just go ahead and click this little play button, start button here. And of course, we're going to want to allow it. You can typically, depending the length of the video that you're creating, you'll see a preview of it, and then that's it. It's going to be create your video. And we have saved this to our files. Actually, let's kind of go back because I can re-render it again if I want. Whoops. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to go back, File, Export, add to the Media Encoder queue. And we're going to set this to the desktop. Yep. And we'll save it and play it. As you can see, you'll get a preview. I'm going to share my desktop. And there's my video. And I'm going to share the video screen so you can see it. QuickTime. Volume here for a second. And that's how you use After Effects and Media Encoder to create an MP4.